Hi, everyone. It's Sunday morning, U.S. time, February 27, 2022. We're here with an update about visa processing for Ukrainian nationals who are undergoing, siege right now in warfare in Eastern Europe. I have my associate Anya Segeba here. She was kind enough to translate information from the U.S. Embassy about special visa processing for Ukraine nationals of various types, non-immigrant visas, immigrant visas, and the like. She's going to go into that. But if you look in the description of this, wherever you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, you'll see a link to a Google Doc that has a translation in the Russian language. It's 6 pages of the information the U.S. Department of State through the embassy has provided about processing. Now, this information could change at any time. This came out essentially last 24
Yesterday.
hours yesterday.
Yesterday.
So it could change. We'll update the Google Doc as things happen, but it's there. Please share that link with your family and friends or people you know who are in Ukraine or abroad in general who are Ukrainian. And it's in Russian language, but hopefully that information could get so that they could access it, so they could help their processing. So I'll leave that there. Anya, could you please talk about what's on there and any updates that you have?
Yes, I will start with English, and I will also go over the same information in Russian at the end of this video. Okay, so for those who watching it, пожалуйста, оставайтесь, если вы хотите услышать информацию на русском языке. Перемотайте, можете перемотать где-то в конец видео, я буду говорить все то же самое на русском языке. Okay, let's start. So first thing is first, I want to thank so much our immigration lawyers community. They were kindly enough to provide this information that I'm going to be sharing with you today. This information directly came from the U.S. Embassy in Warsaw. Okay, so this is official information. So what they say yesterday, we received this information yesterday. So what are they saying now? First thing, if you have an immigration petition pending with USCIS, or if you have K1 visa pending, petition pending with USCIS, you can call USCIS contact center. Again, we prepared this this guide. It's in Russian language. All the links are clickable. Okay, so you don't have to waste any of your time. You just click on the link and you go directly to the website. So for immigration petitions that are at the USCIS stage, you have to call USCIS through their contact phone number and ask them to expedite your case based on war in Ukraine if your beneficiary is from Ukraine, and this is information for spouses, for children, for parents, and for fiancés of U.S. citizens. Okay. It's important to note that you can expedite only those petitions which are current in the visa bulletin. So, for example, if you filed a petition for your brother or your sister, and this petition is not yet current, brothers and sisters petitions, they take roughly 15 years for your relatives to get here. So you cannot do anything about that. Okay. And the second important note is that you can request USCIS to expedite your petition only if you already received the receipt notice. If you just filed the petition and you have not received the receipt notice yet you'll not be able to expedite your petition. So you have to wait for the receipt notice first. Again, in this in this document, I collected all the links to all the information that I'm gonna be talking about today. So next thing, if if the petition was already approved by USCIS and is at the National Visa Center, you need to write an email to the National Visa Center and include your receipt number, invoice ID number, full name of the petitioner and their date of birth, and full name of the beneficiary and their date of birth. Okay. And again, request to expedite based on war in Ukraine. If your petition already was sent to U.S. Embassy in Kiev, Ukraine, what you can do now is you can send emails to surrounding to U.S. embassies in other countries like Warsaw, Poland, Chisinau, Moldova, Bratislava, Slovakia, Prague, Vilnius, Lithuania, maybe some other, anywhere your relatives, your family members who are there at right now, you can try and reach out to the embassy and ask them to process your petition visa for your loved ones there. Again, I left the links to all the embassies, not all of them, but the embassies that I just mentioned. These links to their emails will be in this document. Next, this information concerns only for those who are applying for non-immigrant visa in the at the embassy at the U.S. embassy in Warsaw or Krakow, Poland. Okay, this is only for information for non-immigrant visas. So what they say if you are a U.S. citizen with a Ukrainian spouse or child seeking to travel to the United States on a non-immigrant visa. And again, I would like to draw your attention that here embassy refers only to U.S. citizens, right? They don't refer to a lawful permanent resident. But our suggestion would be, if you're a lawful permanent resident in the same situation, please reach out to them. Okay, they might be able to help you too. And also, it includes a spouse or child, Ukrainian spouse or child. It doesn't directly include the parents, but we assume that it should include the parent based on the full text of this information that we received yesterday. So if you already have an appointment at U.S. Embassy Warsaw, you can expedite it. Again, all the links are there. How to expedite the processing. If you already began a non-immigrant visa application process in Ukraine, you can send a special request to special email to ask to transfer your profile to Warsaw. Okay. Next, very important. If you are seeking but not already have an appointment, if you will apply in Warsaw, you go by this link and sign up for C1/D crew appointment, even though you are not a crew member. When you come to the embassy, they will convert your appointment to the proper type. Okay. If you apply in Krakow, you sign up for an F student appointment. Same thing. Once you come for the interview to the consulate in Krakow, they will change it to a proper visa class. If you were unable to schedule an appointment via this method that I just mentioned above, you may try to request a group appointment. And once you do that, you will receive an email confirmation with the further instructions from the U.S. Embassy. Next, if you are Ukrainian who wants to travel to the United States, or U.S. citizen who has friends, business associates, or non-immediate family who want to travel to the United States. Again, this is only for non-immigrant visas. Non-immigrant visas, visitor visa, which is tourist visa, student visas, also some work visas. Okay, so any non-immigrant visas, this information applies to. So if the traveler already has an appointment at U.S. Embassy Warsaw, again, you can expedite it. If you began a process in Ukraine, you may again send the email to this email address and ask to transfer your profile to Warsaw. If you're seeking but does not already have an appointment at the U.S. Embassy in Warsaw or a consulate in Krakow, you may try to schedule it. However, availability for this category of applicants is extremely limited. I have learned yesterday that a U.S. Embassy in Warsaw and consulate in Krakow, they canceled appointments for the next 2 weeks for those people who scheduled these appointments previously for non-immigrant visas, specifically for tourist visas. And probably it was done in order to process applicants from Ukraine. This is my understanding. So for Ukrainian applications will be given priority by the U.S. Embassy in Warsaw. important information that, again, this information came yesterday from the US Embassy in Warsaw, but also embassies from in Romania, in Moldova, in Slovakia, in Hungary, they also may do the same. We don't have this information yet. We don't know how they're going to be treating it. But for example, if your family, if your loved ones, they were able to escape Ukraine and now they're currently in not in Poland but in some other country, we would suggest that you reach out to the embassy in that country and for further instructions. Okay. Yes, important note for those Ukrainians who already have possess valid travel documents allowing them to enter the United States, and if they are traveling with a U.S. citizen, lawful permanent resident, if they were physically present in Ukraine as of February 10th, 2022, the COVID vaccination requirement does not. You don't have to have COVID vaccinations anymore under this national interest exception that was signed by U.S. Secretary of U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. I believe it was on February 16th. So under this document, again, it says that it's in the national interest to permit the entry of non-citizen, non-immigrants who are traveling with a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, who are physically present in Ukraine as of February 10, 2022, and possess valid travel documents allowing them to travel to the United States. So under these conditions, you don't have to have proof of COVID vaccination. A couple more things. We get a lot of requests about humanitarian parole. Last broadcast we did, we were talking about humanitarian parole as well, but this is very important to note that humanitarian parole is kind of last resort. You have to try first to apply for the visa for your relatives, for your friends, for your loved ones, citizens of Ukraine. Okay, and if that doesn't work, then you may proceed with a humanitarian parole application. But humanitarian parole takes a lot more time than visa. Potentially, this visas may be being adjudicated very fast. And what I'm saying is like within months, for example, and like 1 month or 2 months. Depends on how many people are there. And humanitarian parole can take 6, 7, 8, even more months currently. Again, for those who currently here in Ukrainian citizens who are currently here in the United States, under some non-immigrant status, and if your status, for example, like a tourist visitor visa status expiring, close to its expiration, you can file Form I-539. Again, we spoke about this previously, but it's still an option. Then also what can be done for students if you're a Ukrainian citizen and you're a student who's studying here in the United States and you have serious financial hardship because of war that going in Ukraine right now, you can ask for a work permit off campus. Again, in this guide, I left all the links in this guide, how it's done and what you need for that. Also, maybe, again, maybe, and we're expecting this to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. Department of Homeland Security may potentially spread to Ukrainian citizens, to students who are Ukrainian citizens, special student relief program. It's called CCR. Again, it comes also with work permit and other things and other benefits that come together with that. So again, it has not been announced yet, but it may very well be announced too. And in regards to temporary protected status and deferred enforced departure for Ukrainian citizens, these are two programs that allow Ukrainians to stay in the United States. Again, they were not authorized yet. We are waiting that they're going to be authorized anytime soon. One, probably it's going to be TPS, but again, we don't know. And a TPS will allow its holders to apply for a work permit. Again, this decision has not been made yet. We're waiting for the news from the Department of Homeland Security. So for anyone, again, we're going to leave the link for this guide. It's in Russian. All the links are working. So please spread this document, use it, and I hope it's going to help. It's going to help people to get here faster.
Thank you, Anya, so much. If you like, would you want to do a separate recording in Russian language, or would you continue here?
No, I'll just continue. I'll just continue in Russian. Yeah, we'll say the same information just in Russian.
Okay, so I'll let you go back on the screen. Thanks so much. And the link is in the description below, where you click on it, and you could access a Google Doc that has these links. And as updates happen, we'll update this form as well, so it'll be a live form. Thank you.
Да, здравствуйте. Здравствуйте, друзья. Сейчас я буду говорить на русском языке относительно этой ситуации, относительно войны в Украине, и что мы можем сделать для для граждан Украины, кто находится сейчас в США, кто находится в Украине или кто смог бежать в другие страны. Так, на сегодня информация меняется, поэтому, пожалуйста, следите за новостями, следите за обновлениями. Мы подготовили документ со всеми ссылками на всю ту информацию, которую я сейчас буду озвучивать. Все ссылки рабочие. Пожалуйста, пользуйтесь. Ссылка будет внизу под видео. Пожалуйста, пользуйтесь и распространяйте этот документ. Так, первый момент. Если у вас есть иммиграционная петиция, вы уже подали иммиграционную петицию, и она находится на стадии рассмотрения в USCIS. Эта информация относится к супругам, детям, родителям и невестам-женихам, да, граждан США. Если у вас несколько петиций, запрос на ускорение нужно делать для каждой отдельной петиции. Пожалуйста, имейте это в виду. Если ваша петиция находится в USCIS, нужно звонить по номеру контакт-центра и просить ускорения. Называется по-английски это expedite request. Здесь важно понимать, что ускорить можно только те петиции, срок которых подошел по визовому бюллетеню. Например, если у вас вы подали петицию на брата и сестру, срок рассмотрения которых занимает 15 лет, вы не можете подвинуть сейчас их по ускорению. По крайней мере, на сегодня такая информация. Также процесс можно ускорить уже после получения уведомления о принятии документов. То есть, когда у вас будет уже receipt notice, вы можете звонить в USCIS. Если вы только-только подали документы, у вас нет еще receipt notice, вы не сможете сделать, потому что USCIS просто не сможет физически найти, где ваш файл находится. Пожалуйста, поэтому имейте это в виду. Дальше. Если ваша петиция уже была одобрена иммиграционной службой США и находится в Национальном визовом центре, также вы можете просить ускорения на основании войны в Украине. И здесь специальный e-mail адрес, куда отправляется этот запрос. Опять же, в документе есть вся эта информация, все ссылки, все там. Нужно указать номер дела, номер инвойса, полное имя, дату рождения петиционера, полное имя, дату рождения бенефициара. Инструкцию, все там. Дальше. Если петиция уже была отправлена в посольство в Киеве, нужно обращаться в посольство США в ближайших к вам странах и просить перенести свое дело туда. Опять же, e-mailы Варшавы, Кишинева, Братиславы, Праги, Вильнюса тоже я здесь оставила. Забыла Венгрию, простите. Будем добавлять. Так. Дальше. Получение неиммиграционной визы через посольство в Варшаве или консульство в Кракове. Первый момент – эта информация относится только к получению неиммиграционной визы. К неиммиграционным визам относятся в том числе туристическая виза, временные рабочие визы, студенческие визы, некоторые другие визы. Опять же, это официальная информация от посольства США в Варшаве, которую мы получили вчера. Спасибо большое нашим коллегам, другим иммиграционным адвокатам, которые поделились с нами этой информацией. Опять же, как я сказала, это информация от посольства в Кракове, но можно обращаться к запросам в посольство США в других странах. Да, Венгрия, Словакия, Молдова. Если, допустим, ваши родные смогли бежать туда, если они не в Польше, а в какой-то другой стране. Пожалуйста, обращайтесь, где они физически находятся. Так. Дальше для супругов, детей, родителей граждан США. Следующая информация. Отдельно скажу по родителям. В тексте оригинального документа родители граждан США прямо не указаны, но исходя из общего текста можно предположить, что на них также будут распространяться ниже указанные правила. И опять же, посольство говорит о гражданах США, оно не говорит о супругах, детях, да, владельцев грин-карты. Но все равно я считаю, что нужно пытаться связываться с посольством. Если вы владелец карты, и у вас супруги, дети находятся украинцы и находятся в ситуации войны. Первый момент. Если у вас уже было назначено интервью в посольстве Варшавы, вы можете его ускорить. Опять же, на основании войны в Украине. Если вы уже подали заявление на получение иммиграционной визы, можете отправить запрос на специальный e-mail с просьбой о переносе вашего профиля в Варшаву. Опять же, все ссылки, все здесь есть. Все здесь есть. Пожалуйста, пользуйтесь. Если вы еще не успели записаться на интервью, Варшава дает ссылку и записываетесь на интервью по категории C1D для членов экипажей, даже если вы не являетесь членом экипажа. Когда вы придете в посольство, консульский офицер изменит интервью на соответствующий тип визы. Краков тоже нужно зайти по специальной ссылке и записаться на интервью по категории F для студентов, даже если вы не являетесь студентом. Когда вы придете в консульство, консульский офицер изменит интервью на соответствующий тип визы. Если вы не смогли назначить интервью с помощью вышеуказанных методов, запросите групповое интервью, также через специальную ссылку. После отправки запроса вам придет специальный e-mail с дальнейшими инструкциями от посольства. Также вышеуказанная информация, как я сказала, была для супругов, детей и родителей граждан США с пометкой, которую я указала выше. Дальше. Для других родственников, братьев, сестер, друзей, работников, деловых партнеров граждан США и других граждан Украины, опять же, правила те же самые, но вы не можете записываться на C, на D и на F. Вы записываетесь просто на то, что есть. Однако количество мест крайне ограничено. Плюс сейчас в отношении граждан Украины, у которых есть действующие документы для въезда в США, в настоящее время требование о наличии вакцинации от COVID-219 временно отменено при условии, если вы путешествуете с гражданином Украины либо владельцем грин-карты, вы физически находились в Украине на 10 февраля 2022 года, и, опять же, у вас есть действующий проездной документ. Все, еще последний момент. Здесь еще пару моментов почитайте в этом документе, который есть. Я озвучу для студентов отдельно. Если вы гражданин Украины и являетесь студентом, находитесь на территории США, вы испытываете серьезные экономические трудности в связи с войной, вы можете запросить разрешение на работу за пределами кампуса. Опять же, все детали здесь есть. John?
Yes, thank you so much. Obviously, I can't understand anything you're saying, but hopefully that information helps everyone who's watching. It's just cutting edge information that's out there. So download just access the file and share it with your friends. We'll be posting it and sending in newsletters, all this kind of stuff in the next 24 hours. And, things are, wild. So it's going to change every second. But do as fast as you can. If you have a visa interest to come to the United States, do it, because a lot of other people are going to do the same. So time is really important. I hope this info helps everybody, and we'll just keep doing these updates as they come all over our social media and offline and all over the place. Anya, thanks so much for taking time to translate this. I know you're up all night doing that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone. And again, I hope this information will help you to bring your loved ones faster to the United States from Ukraine.
God bless everybody. Be safe, and we'll hopefully have some good news soon.